Howdy, 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 howdy. I hope you guys can hear me because I know you can't see me. It's so dark in here, and this camera does not pick up well in my room without any type of external light. So bear with me. But lucky for you, you don't need to see me. Y'all just need to see what I'm about to put on the screen. So let me go ahead and set the screen up. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you. Today I'm going to be editing on some video. The SmileGuy, a poet here in San Antonio, Texas. He recorded a bit for this rap group, the Fvction, and he sent me over the footage, and I'm just gonna go ahead and sync it all together. So it looks like something. All right, so I got my screen shared, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'll be using CapCut today, guys. So I got CapCut already pulled up. Before I started the live, I actually went ahead and I uploaded all of the media in the library. So here you see I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 video clips, and then I have an audio clip as well. I went ahead and I selected this particular video clip and I imported it down here in my timeline at the bottom portion. And then I also went ahead and dragged my audio file down into my timeline as well. I clicked both of the assets in the timeline. I right-clicked it and I synced the video and audio to ensure that they matched. And then I got this little filter on top of it. So this is pretty much what I'm working with right now. I'm going to play it from the beginning just so you can see what I'm working with.
Look, let's take a second to step back, stop and think before we react. You keep asking me, what do I bring to the table? And I'm looking at you like, girl, is your body not able? Filling my head with lies, fables, and tall tales about how you don't need me. But girl, when that call fails, there you go, you back to hollering and screaming. You run around here acting like a demon, trying to use my past as ammunition to attack my confidence. Girl, I told you that in confidence, but you want to make me feel defeated.
All right, so you see pretty much what I'm working with. We're not going to go through the whole song here. I do like the black and white as opposed to the color. That's why I went ahead and put the black and white template above it. I said a template, not the template, the black and white filter. I'm going to go and click on the graphic on the actual video clip on the timeline. It's going to select it. I'm going to go to the top right hand corner and click on adjustments. And what I don't like about it is, like I said, it looks a little dark. So I can either adjust the exposure to brighten it up, but even with the exposure, even if I brighten up the exposure, he still has this darkness on his face that it's just underexposed, and that's what it's just a heavy shadow. While I am going to bring up the exposure a tad bit, I'm also going to adjust these shadows to see if I can even it up just a little bit. And you can see, does just that. It brightens up a tad bit, so his face isn't so dark. I'm also going to add some contrast, which is the contrast for me. It brings it a little sharper, and it really brings a more theatrical look your video. So I made those adjustments. I like you know what? I'm gonna bring my shadows up just a little bit more. Only because when I added that contrast, it really darkened up the picture. And I still want to be able to see his face. So this is a whole lot better from what it initially looked like. I don't want to do too much. What I will do is I'll probably add an entry level effect. Like I said, I want to make it look cinematic, as cinematic as possible. So we're gonna have an opening. You just click on your effects. They have it organized in different categories. So if you have your effects, you click effects, go to opening and closing, and I'm going to click this horizontal open, and I'm going to apply that, put it on there. So when you play it now, it'll open up. Bam. If that's too fast, you can drag right here and make it longer, which will make it open a little slower. Boom, I'm gonna hit it with some text right there. I'm gonna hit them with some text just so they know what they're watching, what's about to be bestowed upon them. I don't know if I say that right, but yeah. When making videos, it's all about, are you able to convey the story, and text really helps with that. I can put the title of the song, I can put the title of the artist, and for this purpose, I think I'm gonna go with title of the song. Rather be single, it is. We're gonna scale this down a little bit. Center it on up, and then since we have text, we can add a shadow to it to make it more dynamic and more three-dimensional. We can add a background to it. I just want the text, but before we do any of that stuff, I want to go ahead and select a font type. Now, I know I've stated this before. I love a clean and simple look. So this Vogue font type right there, I love it already. It's super crisp, super clean, simple, in your face. I think I'm gonna stick with that one. I'm gonna try the add a shadow drop to it to see what it looks like. What do y'all think, chat? Y'all think is it too much? Is it too dramatic? If so, we can bring down the opacity on it, which I think I'm gonna do. Boom, bring down the opacity. All right, so let's check this out. I want it to come on. I want it to snap in with the beat. So I'm clicking on the audio, and I'll click on the AI, the beat count. So it's gonna make these markers where things would naturally align with the beats per minute and create little snaps. So I'm just gonna match my text with that first marker right there. I like to create a flow. And then bam, I do another cut and I'm gonna change text. SmileGuy. Bam. And then cut. Bam. Like that. All right. So I already know I'm gonna do it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do it right now. I'm gonna go ahead and reduce the image noise for this. It's gonna happen. So I might as well do it right now. Shoot. While that is doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and, since my man SmileGuy, he recorded the visuals to it. I have his logo. I'm gonna slap his logo in here because I'd be highly offended if I did something and no one gave me my credit for it. While he's not editing the video, he did shoot it. And yeah, he needs his due diligence. So I'm gonna make sure I go ahead and add his logo. I have it on here somewhere. Marketing, promotions, logos. Here's to the streets, the plug, modern intellects, Loud City, SmileGuy. I need just a smile, baby. There we go. We're gonna do this grayish one. Smile 2. We're gonna try that one out. All right. So I double clicked on it. It's loading. Bam. Put it on there. I'm gonna scale it down so it's not so big. Bottom left-hand corner. That's how I do it, baby. And I'm also, since it is a picture, you have the ability to have animations, and I'm gonna fade it in. It would fade in. It's just buffering because it's still applying that noise reduction. So What I'm actually gonna do, Chad, is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pause this real quick. I'm gonna put this on mute.
One eternity later.
So I'm back. So before I left, we were editing this video, right? We had put the black and white on there, some text. We put the logo for my man's right here in the bottom left hand corner. We're gonna have it out here for some time until I'm gonna have it fade away, as well as I had it fade in. I also have it fade out. Yeah, that will fade out. Let's see. And about right there. Click on the logo again. Go to animation. Click out for you want to out and exit animation. So out and then click fade out. And I'm gonna adjust the time. It automatically does 0.5. If you can see, it has a animation for the input and an animation for the output. I say input, it could be the entrance animation and then the exit animation. 0.5 is what it regularly goes to, but I like to have mine around 0.8 just to drag it out a little bit, just make it not look so fast. A true fade essence, if you will. Okay, it's doing a lot. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna render out the timeline so I can play it back smoothly. The last thing I did was apply the noise reduction on the image. So now I'm just gonna render the footage out. And you asked me, what is rendering? When you're rendering the timeline, what is it that you're doing? That's a great question. So I'm gonna look it up too. Rendering video meaning. So whenever you're rendering video, it is the process of combining raw video elements into a final product that can be played back. So when the video's not rendered, it's in a raw format, uncompressed. So it makes playback a little more difficult because it's utilizing more resources. So once the video has been rendered, it pretty much compresses some of the layers to where it makes the size manageable for playback. So that's why we're rendering the timeline right now. I would like to play it back and for y'all to be able to see how the playback is supposed to function, you know? So I'm gonna render it out. It's not this is the beauty about editing video, and the part that no one talks about is how much time it takes. You know, it takes so much time just rendering video out, or just even applying some of the features as we mentioned, like the noise reduction on that video clip. I'm here with you, and I'm also going to go ahead and mute the mic, and I'll come back to you guys once this timeline is done rendering, so we can view the video from the beginning.
A few moments later.
Guess who's back? I'm in the place to be, baby. All right, so where were we at? We was at playing it back. Rendering is when you take a video and you compress it so the size is manageable and you can play it back for better quality. So the video has been rendered. And you can tell that because there's a blue bar at the top of it. Before that bar was yellow. And if we make any changes within this timeline, if we make any changes within this video, you'll see that this bar will change in color. But right now, this is exactly what we needed. I like it to be blue right now, so we can go ahead and play this video back and see what it's looking like. You feel me? Let's go.
Look, let's take a second to step back, stop and think before we react. You keep asking me, what do I bring to the table? And I'm looking at you like, girl, is your body not able? Filling my head with lies, fables, and tall tales about how you don't need me. But girl, when that call fails, there you go, you back to hollering and screaming. You run around here acting like a demon, trying to use my past as ammunition to attack my confidence. Girl, I told you that in confidence, but you want to make me feel defeated. You a true nightmare in real life, because I know I ain't dreaming about the way I've been unappreciated and mistreated. Girl, I think it's time for you to beat it, because even though I love you, and I'll always hang tough with you, baby, I'd rather be single than to be stuck with you. It's the Fvction.
All right, so I like it. So I'm going to try to challenge myself and do something that I typically do not do. As he's walking off of the screen, I would like for text to appear as he's walking off. I'm gonna have to do some research and figure out how to do that, but I'm gonna figure it out. You know, where there is a will, there is a way. I'm gonna figure it out, and we gonna get to it for sure, excuse. But I mean, for what it's worth, I like exactly how it came out, the way the text appeared in the beginning of it, the horizontal opening. I feel like it gave it a more theatrical appeal to it. The text that simple.
Look, let's take a second to step back, stop and think